And now Robert McCaffrey presents Granada Goals Extra.
Granada Goals Extra, today's action from the Granada region, sponsored by Elf Petrol and Oils.
Even Steven at Anfield, where Steve Nicholls' left foot earns Liverpool a draw. Port Vale come up with a point against Wolves. Robbie van der Laan gets a late goal. Wayne Biggins next up in the goal-scoring headlines as Stoke get 3 points at Bournemouth. And Dave Bamber turns to give Blackpool a 1-0 victory over Carlisle. Good evening. Weather causing havoc with the football this afternoon. The leaders, Manchester United, just one of the sides suffering, but what a chance for those tucked in behind to make a significant move. We begin at Anfield, where Liverpool 4th and Manchester City in 5th got together in a real heavyweight clash. Couldn't split the sides. David White with 2 goals putting City ahead. Steve Nicol, though, earning a point with just 8 minutes left. The commentator at Anfield is Clive Tilsley.
Houghton. Saunders setting himself for a shot. It's there! Tony Coates lost it, and Dean Saunders has found the net again. Went on towards White, he got there this time. Oh, didn't he just? 3 minutes into the second half, it's him again. White's in again. He scored again! David White strikes twice in the opening 10 minutes of the second half. Houghton. Mike Marsh. Pull behind Saunders. Nicol! 8 minutes to spare. Steve Nicol with the rescue goal.
A real thriller at Anfield, which you can see on the Granada match with the rest of the First Division goals. That's tonight at 11:45. Well, Everton and Oldham were both in London this afternoon, both with tricky games too. What a game at Highbury. Ian Wright with 4 goals. Arsenal 4, Everton 2. Here's Alistair Mann.
An incredible opening 26 minutes at Highbury. First, Robert Varsika gave Everton an early lead. Then, just moments later, Ian Wright scored the first of 4 he was to notch this afternoon. Then, with Everton looking for an offside decision, Anders Limpar, whose corner provided the first, gave Ian Wright the second, 2-1. We're only 15 minutes old, and Everton then drew themselves level again. Kevin Sheedy in space, finding Mo Johnston in even more. But a disaster in the Everton defence allowed Limpar to find Wright again. And that combination gave Arsenal's 3rd goal. Ian Wright added the 4th, 4-2 the final score.
4-2 at Stamford Bridge as well. Chelsea 4, Oldham 2. 2 goals from Clive Allen, 2 goals from Ian Marshall. United postponed. Leeds play Forest tomorrow. So it's almost as you were, a point apiece for Liverpool and City, keeping them 4th and 5th respectively. Well, in Division 2, Blackburn postponed Tranmere without a game, but Port Vale with one of the biggest matches of their season. Always a real derby flavour when Wolves are the visitors. Always a buzz when Steve Bull plays. His first goal for 7 weeks, but Robbie van der Laan came up with an equaliser 3 minutes from time. Here's Lindsay Sutton.
Vale undefeated in the last 4 games and looking for another home victory, but their offside trap failing to check Wolves' prime asset Steve Bull. And with keeper Mark Grew totally exposed, the England forward slotted home with ease. That's why he's worth £2 million and much fancied by Manchester City. Vale's sole first-half effort came from a long-winded affair, a set-piece free kick, the old deception game, but Dean Glover not on target this time. In truth, it was nearly all Wolves, with Bull always in the thick of it, fearless in attack, but Mark Grew well aware of the danger. Again, Grew was under pressure. A Paul Burt shot taking a deflection off Mountfield, stretching the keeper one more time. In the second half, Vale in more trouble. Martin Foyle being judged to have brought down Madden. Hotly disputed, but the referee quite adamant. Up stepped Paul Cook to take the spot kick, But Grew was the hero, keeping Vale in with a chance. And again, Vale trying to use the well-worked set-piece to effect. Nico Jalling beating the wall and keeper Stowell, but not the woodwork. Then, with 3 minutes to go, Vale's reward. Robin van der Laan eventually sliding home his 5th of the season. Perhaps not the classiest of goals, but grabbing a vital 9th draw of the season for Vale.
Yeah, it's a good point, but Port Vale don't really figure at the top of Division 2. Blackburn, who were washed out, stayed top. Cambridge play tomorrow against Southend. The weather really catching up with the leaders in Division 2. The third division suffering more than really anybody else this afternoon. These are the games that went ahead on the South Coast. Great result for Stoke. Bournemouth 1, Stoke 2. Stoke going behind after just 5 minutes. A free kick from Keith Rowland. Eventually it was Paul Wood ghosting in on the far side. Little flick header, that was 1-0. Stoke level 5 minutes later though. Who else? Wayne Biggins, a real striker's goal. That was 1-1. Tony Kelly came up with a 76th minute winner. At the Gay Meadow, Shrewsbury 1, Bury 1, Liam Robinson with the equaliser on half-time. Well, elsewhere, Stockport got in early last night to beat the weather and to beat Leyton Orient at Edgeley Park. A goal 7 minutes from time by Kevin Francis, enough to take the 3 points and keep Stockport up with the leaders.
Leyton Orient are on the tails of the promotion chasers and certainly had the better of the early exchanges at Edgeley Park last night. Neil Edwards denying Kevin Nugent and then Mark Kimber before Lee Todd finally cleared the danger. Now it's time to book your seats for the early Christmas panto. Join in now, you know the chants. They're going to score. Oh no, they're not. Oh yes, they are. Oh no, they're not. Just join in. 20 seconds of incredible scramble. No one able to gain any kind of initiative. No one able to get any kind of telling touch. It all ended with an Andy Kilner shot, beaten away by Chris Turner. But now to matters serious and the only goal of the game. Leyton Orient's failure to clear a corner, allowing Kevin Francis to stick out one of those never-ending legs. Stockport County slide into the promotion pack for Christmas.
Yes, indeed. Stockport 1-0 winners, but Preston's away form still a worry for manager Les Chapman. They lost 1-0 last night down at Torquay to a 40th minute penalty, which means they've won only once away from home all season.
Justin Fashanu making a debut for Torquay caused the problems that led to the penalty incident itself. Matthew Lambert adjudged to have made the trip. It was certainly a committed challenge, but Preston felt Lambert made contact with Scott Colcombe just outside the box. Difficult one to call, although the referee had no doubts. Mark Loram stepped up to wipe away Torquay's memories of the Farnborough defeat in the week and leave Preston empty-handed.
This is the top of Division 3. Bolton, remember, postponed today, so it's Stoke who make the move after the win at Bournemouth. They go 4th. Stockport are 6th after the win last night. Let's move into Division 4. Blackpool seem a lot happier at home these days. Today's opponents, Carlisle, though, seem to be pretty unhappy just about everywhere. Dave Bamber well on course for his 30-goal target this season. Number 20 today to beat Carlisle at Bloomfield Road. Alistair Mann reporting.
Well, not the best of performances by Blackpool, but certainly the best of results. A win by any scoreline will do around the Christmas period. And Bamber and Sinclair nearly concocted that early start. Sinclair just firing wide. Then Carlisle had 2 very near efforts. Paul Proudlock's free kick beating everybody, including the post. And then his pass releasing Derek Walsh, who, after forcing himself wide, produced a looping cross that just hit the top of the bar. And having weathered that, Andy Gauck then produced Blackpool's best effort of the half, producing a fine save by Kellum O'Hanlon. And then the goal. An hour gone, and probably one of the best goals Dave Bamber's ever scored. Considering the number he scored, says a lot about it. Bamber's a betting man, but I wonder what odds he'd have given himself to pivot and turn all in one movement and find the corner of the net. Certainly worth seeing again. And those 3 points putting Blackpool right up with the leaders.
Well, Burnley are the only other North West side to beat the weather in Division 4. Aldershot 1, Burnley 2. Great win for them. They go top tonight. And plenty of smiling faces down Wrexham way today after last night's 2-1 victory over Walsall.
A handy win for Wrexham, who've been scoring goals but conceding them in bigger quantities of late. Carl Connolly switched his feet neatly for number 1. Number 2 is a real gift. Nothing frilly about the build-up at all, but Kevin MacDonald's flick header fell into the wrong hands, and Steve Watkin made it 2. These are worrying times for Walsall. The players having to be paid by the Players' Union at the moment. Mike Cesare briefly lifted the gloom, but Wrexham held on.
Yes, Wrexham would love dearly to get on that caption, but for the time being, it's Burnley who go top after Barnet beat Mansfield. Blackpool are 4th after the win against Carlisle. Don't forget the Granada match, Liverpool versus Manchester City tonight, 11:45. Next week, no goals extra. A special Granada match on Saturday night, featuring the biggest gamers of the day and a roundup of all the Northwest goals. That's us for 1991. Happy Christmas to all. See you soon. Good night.
Granada Goals Extra was sponsored by Elf Petrels and Oils.